Good evening. I'm Patricia Vallone with a CTV News update. Pediatric COVID-19 cases skyrocket in at least one area hospital. CTV News has learned that cases of the virus at the Capital Region Hospital in Largo have been steadily creeping upward in infants over the past few months. The rate among infants mimics what health authorities are seeing in the overall positivity rate across Maryland, but young children are particularly susceptible because they're unable to get the vaccine.
There is a strain of COVID that's out now that's been affecting pediatric patients more readily. And they're developing flu-like symptoms, high fevers, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, rashes. But it's not presenting as the researchers thought that it would, but it's affecting them more readily than adults.
Nurse Alston says the virus generally affects the newborns for about 1 or 2 weeks. The CDC currently recommends everyone age 5 and older get the COVID-19 vaccine. Meantime, parent groups continue to push for a vaccine for America's youngest kids. As we reported yesterday, a group called Protect Their Future held a rally outside of the FDA headquarters in Silver Spring. The parents group says kids younger than 5 are not yet vaccinated and face a greater risk of getting sick and even dying from the disease.
Well, a lot of people talk about how pediatric deaths against COVID-19 are rare. There are also 482 children under the age of 5 who have died from COVID-19 since the beginning of the pandemic. So we think it's crucial that we give them the same protections that we're offering to adults and to other adolescents and children.
The organization wants the FDA to approve the data review of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine for kids under 5. Well, 1,626, that's the latest number of new COVID cases reported by the state health department. Officials say the testing positivity rate continues to inch up. It now stands at 6.22%. 10 COVID deaths have been reported since yesterday. 311 people are currently hospitalized with the virus. And in world news, the state of Maryland is sending a $5 million aid package to the Ukrainian port city of Odessa. Governor Larry Hogan today announced that the Maryland Department of Health and state police are shipping 170 pallets with hundreds of thousands of bandages, 200 ventilators, body armor, and tactical vests to the battle-torn nation that's in a war with Russia.
The atrocities taking place in Ukraine have served as a reminder to all of us of exactly why strong ties and alliances are so critical and why it's so important that we do whatever we can to support our allies in a time of need.
The first shipment leaves tomorrow. Baltimore and Odessa are sister cities. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Coming up, the University of Maryland medical system is working to eliminate disparities in health care. We'll have that story next. Stay with us.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Every 2 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is diagnosed with breast cancer. And in that moment, her life changes forever. The toll is great. The need is greater. The need to find comfort in the dark hours. The need to find hope in the cures. And that's why when others look away, we lean in. We're fighting alongside patients because we know one moment can change everything. But we need your help to make more moments of hope possible. Join our fight. Save lives. Because we are all stronger together.
Welcome back. The University of Maryland Medical System recently announced a major change that could encourage greater racial parity in healthcare. The hospital system, which comprises numerous facilities across the state, says it has eliminated race as a factor in birthing decisions, a concept that has historically been part of a national standard.
Moving forward with these particular moves, these particular actions, we are looking to close that gap, close the gap in terms of disparate C-section rates for women of color, close the gap in terms of disparate rates for maternal morbidity and mortality, close the gap for people of color dying from chronic kidney disease. So that's what we're looking forward to going forward, but we have to be very honest in reckoning with the past. Where did these come from, lest we repeat these mistakes again?
And be sure to tune in later this month for much more on this important story. Well, Metro has a new general manager. He's Randy Clark, a public transit executive from Austin, Texas.
The board is pleased to announce that Mr. Randy Clark has been selected and has agreed to serve as WMATA's new general manager and CEO.
Metro made the announcement this morning. Clark will succeed outgoing General Manager Paul Wiedefeld. He'll be responsible for running a rail and bus system with more than 12,000 workers. Montgomery County lawmakers observe Building Safety Month today. Citing the Friendly Garden apartment explosion in March, officials say they must do a better job ensuring that facilities are safe for the public.
The explosion that occurred at Friendly Gardens Apartments could have been so much more severe, so much more worse than it actually ended up being. But while by the grace of God, nobody passed away in that specific incident, we know there have been too many examples across our community and across this country in which buildings that were not safe, that were not properly safeguarded, led to tragedy, and often disproportionately impacting our Black and brown communities and often disproportionately impacting children, youth, and families.
The Friendly Garden explosion destroyed several homes. It was caused by a maintenance worker who mistakenly cut an unmarked gas line. Well, some members of the County Council are supporting a bill that would put electric vehicle charging stations in new residential neighborhoods. Councilmember Tom Dernoga, along with 3 other members, have put forth CB 15. The bill would put EV charging stations in new developments with single-family homes, townhomes, and duplexes. Under the measure, the homes would need to have a garage, carport, or driveway. And still ahead, a new behavioral health facility is coming to Southern Maryland Hospital. We'll have the details next. Stay tuned.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woo-hoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
I am what child hunger looks like in America. I am a 9-year-old boy who hopes a friend invites me to a sleepover so I can have dinner. I am a 15-year-old girl who goes for walks during lunch so my friends won't know I don't have anything to eat. I am a 13-year-old boy who gets into fights at school just because I'm hungry. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 7 American children who struggle with hunger. Kids you pass by every day, but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Thanks for staying with us. Well, Maryland has a new environment director. Governor Larry Hogan has appointed Horacio Tablada as his new head of the department. Currently the deputy director, Tablada will take over for Ben Grumbles effective June 1st. Tablada has been with the agency for nearly 30 years. An alleged impaired driver is rescued by Maryland State Police after he crashes into a trooper's car in Beltsville. Officials say troopers were on the scene of a separate crash on Route 1 and Ritz Way early Monday morning, and that's when the suspect, Francis Endo, hit the rear of a patrol car and a trooper. Endo's car caught on fire, but he was rescued by other troopers on the scene. He's been charged with driving under the influence. A special ribbon-cutting ceremony was held today for a new behavioral health unit at MedStar Southern Maryland Hospital. The 13,000 square foot facility is housed on a renovated floor of the hospital's 4 East unit. The center includes 4 new treatment areas, a dedicated examination space, a quiet room, and a new area to conduct administrative hearings.
We celebrate because today is yet another step in our journey to provide access to the comprehensive health care that our residents deserve. And today continues as well our increased focus on behavioral health care, a need that has gone long underserved in this community.
The $7.6 million project was funded in part by federal and state grants. Well, now let's get a check of your weather forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with lows around 48. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with high temperatures near 70. Thursday, sunny, highs around 72. And Friday, showers are likely, highs in the 70s. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. I'm Patricia Vallone. Have a great night.